Hello and welcome to another episode of Blue Alpine TV. In today's episode, we will talk about Google AdWords potentially banning cryptocurrency and ICO advertisements, and we'll talk about the relationship between Google Trends and Bitcoin. And at the end, we'll have some good news from the Bitcoin Lightning Network. So let's jump right into this first news story. Crypto advertisers on Google AdWords report ad suspensions and account terminations. As you may or may not remember from a previous episode, we've talked about Facebook banning ICO related and cryptocurrency related advertisements on Facebook, on their stream, on Instagram, on all of their products where they display ads. Since then, the ads in terms of ICOs have gone back like remarkably, but there are still some advertisements around. Facebook then announced that they will ban it entirely at first, and then with time actually loosen up the rules a little bit. And here in the article it says some advertisers using Google AdWords now to promote cryptocurrency related businesses are seeing a drop in their ad views, with other users posting about suspension of both their ads and their accounts. According to data given to Finance Magnates, and this is the site that reports this, anonymously by an initial coin offering ICO marketing company, the views of its advertisements through AdWords have dropped by the thousands. And for the podcast listeners here, we're looking at a graphic where you can see the breakdown of 24 hours from a Google AdWords campaign, and we're seeing here at the hour of the day, so in the morning between 9 and 10, there are around 1,800 to 2,500 clicks and 120 to 170,000 impressions. And then after 11, both the clicks and the impressions drop dramatically. So we're getting 1, 2, 2, 0, 1, 4 clicks throughout the day, with close to 100, 200 impressions. And it's not really clear, because this news has been given to Finance Magnates anonymously. It's not really clear what company is behind this advertisement. Obviously, if they are promoting something that is potentially scammy, it could be that AdWords is being tighter here with the rules. But other people also say that AdWords ads are now sometimes defined as limited, meaning that they are approved but will not show for certain age groups, regions, or devices. And when Facebook came out with this ban, a lot of people asked Google to do a similar ban as well, because they thought cryptocurrencies and ICOs are a big risk for a lot of people. And Google then said, no, we won't do this. But it looks like they are doing these limitations based on certain demographics. This could make sense. So technically, if you're, let's say, 18 and younger, or 20 and younger, you shouldn't see this. But it could also be limited to devices. So if you're on mobile, you don't see it. If you're on desktop, you're seeing it, etc., etc. Now, what is really frustrating in terms of solving this problem, obviously, is for advertisers, they can't really reach anyone at Google or Facebook, for that matter, to really understand where the account issues are coming from, because some accounts are immediately getting blocked and they don't really know why. And obviously Google is not going to come out and give a very specific customized statement for that account. So people are actually writing them back and asking them what exactly is happening here. And there are different theories. So one is it may be because AdWords financial services regulations are not being followed by some crypto advertisers. Not saying that these people have been banned or limited in terms of views and impressions are breaking the rules there. And another is saying that crypto related ads may be limited or blocked due to the very high risk of crypto investing for customers, which is not made clear in any detail. And this could constitute a violation of the financial services regulation. So Google has very strict regulations when it comes to financial services. So if you're a bank, or like if you're an independent wealth manager and all of these things, it could be that you're not, for example, you're not allowed to promise certain gains unless you have a very sure way of providing this. And in the financial area, this is always a very gray, if not black zone, that people are dipping into, because you can never make claims about the potential gains of a cryptocurrency, of a stock, of a security in that regard. So this is also why we at Blue Alpine Research, we never give out any kind of recommendations. We do the research, we try to be as objective as possible, and you then decide whether you need more in-depth research, but I don't think that's needed in most cases, or actually whether this is the right investment for you or not. But we'll never give out recommendations because of that. It will be exciting, well, not exciting, but it will be interesting to understand whether this is just affecting maybe 2-3 advertisers, or whether the entire industry is affected by it. We of course hope not because we're doing advertising, but more because we think a majority of cryptocurrency is still very, very valuable. Yes, there are scams and all the illegal things going on where cryptocurrency is involved, but it shouldn't be that the entire industry is getting punished because of 1 or 2 bad players. The next story is also very interesting. Google searches for Bitcoin slump in synchronicity with Bitcoin's price. So if you've read one of our reports, and if you haven't, just go on bluealpineresearch.com/free-report to download a free fundamental analysis on a cryptocurrency. You will see that we as well include Google Trends in our research. This is just to understand the social part of a cryptocurrency, so whether there is a lot of interest for that cryptocurrency, mainly because it could show a certain amount of trend that people are looking for. So if the search interest is very high, it is very likely that the price will increase as well, because people are actually involved and do care about this certain cryptocurrency. And it's also interesting if you compare, for example, and for the podcast listeners, we're looking at Google Trends here, interest over time, and it's just a graph between 0 and 100. And you can see that during December, last or second to last week of December, there was almost 100 points in interest in Bitcoin, and this is also exactly when Bitcoin's price was the highest. So it is kind of connected to the price action. And when the price goes down, you can actually see this here as well. So in the interest line, it goes down as well, and it's not as interesting for people anymore because the price has dumped down as well. This is not an exact science by any means, but it is an interesting metric that we're using as well to understand whether the cryptocurrency is gaining traction or gaining trend with a lot of people, because Google is basically what people are looking for, what their problems are, what their solution, what kind of solutions they're looking for. So this is a good, I want to say, first look into what the trend currently is. Currently the Bitcoin, and this will, you will remember this when we talked about this yesterday with the Bitcoin misery index. Currently Bitcoin is at 19, so it's almost as low as in October-ish last year. So just before this huge run up in terms of price happened, it's about the same. So even here, when you look at the actual Bitcoin chart, the price of Bitcoin was about close to the same as it is now in October. And that's also where the trend connected here as well. So it's more or less pretty accurate in terms of price movement as well. And the last and pretty cool news story is we have here a major milestone. We just saw this tweet. We just passed 1,000 nodes with over 1,880 channels running on Lightning mainnet. And you can see here, and for the podcast listeners, we're currently looking at an image full of nodes. So these are over 1,000 nodes that are running and 1,880 payment channels that are running with Lightning Network. So the Lightning Network is slowly gaining steam. This will become reality pretty soon, and we'll keep you posted on what is next with the Lightning Network. And with that, guys, we're already at the end of today's episode. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.